I have a fond memory. When I was 9 or 10, my mother took me to the family jeweler to get my own first pair of custom earrings. I wanted something with a red, and my mother ordered earrings with a ruby. It was a very special bonding experience. I continued this tradition with my daughters as they were growing up, except, of course, we didn't go to the family jeweler. I took them to Tanishq. Tanishq as a brand has redefined jewellery, how we experience the purchasing of jewellery, and over the last 2 decades, they have made great inroads in organizing the jewellery market. As a first mover, they have very successfully redefined the consumer behavior of buying jewellery from a family jeweler to buying jewellery from a brand like Tanishq. But the story of Tanishq wasn't always so smooth and successful. In fact, they came very close to shutting down due to heavy losses. In my opinion, the journey of Tanishq from a near failure to a phenomenal success is extremely pertinent and relevant to entrepreneurs to take away valuable lessons, especially during this time. The origin of Tanishq begins with a different story, the story of Titan, the watchmaker. Titan dominated the watch market. However, in 1991, they came up with the idea of Tanishq. In fact, not because they wanted to build a large jewelry brand, but because they were trying to solve for the problem of forex shortage. The forex part of the story didn't particularly work well, and they tried to reinvent Tanishq to sell jewelry not in foreign markets but into our own Indian market. The idea was simple and powerful. India was a big consumer of jewelry, largely dominated by family jewelers. If Tanishq could leverage the brand Tata, which stands for trust, could they move a large consumer market to buy from a brand versus from a family jeweler? While the plan was wonderful on paper, they failed initially due to 2 factors: the strong trust and generations of experience of going to family jeweler. The market value proposition of trusting a brand as a differentiation simply didn't exist. There was no reason for the consumer to shift their behavior. There was a second reason: the lack of understanding of Indian consumer need. Tanishq, in fact, introduced 18 karat jewelry, but at that point, Indian consumers had never bought anything other than 22 karat jewelry. And for many Indians, jewelry was also an investment, not just an adornment. With negligible sales and heavy investment, Tanishq was bleeding Titan, and from 1996 to 2000, they suffered heavy losses. There were rumors strife in the market that Tanishq was going to shut down. But gradually, Tanishq scripted a remarkable turnaround story and achieved great success. It was based on 3 key strategies. Tanishq introduced a novel service for consumers to walk into their stores to get their old jewelry tested. Using a carat meter, Tanishq could then instantly tell the consumers what their old jewelry was, meaning how many carats the jewelry was. And customers flocked to Tanishq to get their existing jewelry tested. And to their shock, many times, the trusted family jewelers was, after all, not so trustworthy. Much of the jewelry was 20 karat, 18 karat, even 15 karat, unknown to the customers. This experience of getting old jewelry tested for free created huge footfall into Tanishq stores and turned out to be a brilliant customer acquisition strategy. The second thing that Tanishq did was to ensure that they offered 22 karat gold, preferred by Indian customers, and thus ensuring that they had the right product market fit. Lastly, if you had to pick one iconic brand from India that consistently connected to their customers through brilliant advertisements, in my mind, that would be Tanishq. While most consumer strategies play it safe when it comes to advertising, not Tanishq. They are bold, they tackle stereotypes head on. One ad in particular that made an impression on me is a beautiful bride getting remarried with her daughter present.
आज से डैडी बुलाओ.
A wedding to remember. Tanishq.
It was bold and it had a social message, and it was beautifully done. Their brand stands for bold, beautiful, progressive and authentic. Like so many others, I was mesmerized by the jewellery in Jodha Akbar, which was designed by Tanishq, furthering their endorsement of standing for great product design, and their product placement continues to give them a premier role in customers' mind for beautiful jewellery. These initiatives have not only created tremendous success for Tanishq, they have soared beyond all expectations from their initial start of near failure. Today, Titan is worth 1 lakh crores, a 500x staggering increase over the last 2 decades, and Tanishq contributes more than 80% of the revenue to Titan. In the conventional startup world, we often say, fail fast and move on. But the journey of Tanishq shows us that's not the only path possible. Sometimes when a market opportunity is very large, even if you get the initial go-to-market wrong, it may be worth continuing to innovate to find the right product market fit, and there may be an opportunity to build a truly phenomenal company. And maybe sometimes persistence pays off, and that is the story to take in this leadership series. Thank you.